Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to the world of Gem. I am Prwwtygem, and in today's video, I am going to talk about self-sabotage. So, what is self-sabotage? Because what do you think of when you think of that word? I know that we see it often on TikTok. I follow a lot of therapists and a lot of self-help people, that put out content like that and stuff. Most of us do this thing called self-sabotage unconsciously. It is happening without us realizing that it's happening. It's so subtle, and we're just so used to doing it that unless you are consciously paying attention to the little things you do to yourself to make yourself feel worse, you will not notice it. So this is kind of personal, but a few weeks ago, I actually lost one of my very close friends. It was a relationship that I had for a long time, that we were really close. And not only that, I've been losing just relationships in my life, and a few of my relationships, long-lasting relationships that I had in my life, we're going through some phases, and I was just down bad. I was super sad. I felt like I haven't been that sad in a while, but I stopped going to the gym. I didn't go for a week, and all I was doing was sleeping. I would come home from work, I would go to bed, and then during that week that I wasn't going to the gym, since I was already not going to the gym, I started eating super unhealthy. And on top of that, eating unhealthy, I stopped responding to a lot of my other friends, and I kind of pulled myself away. I was isolating myself. I wasn't going out anymore. I love to go out. I like to dance. My friends would invite me out, and I was in this little spiral where I just wanted to dive deeper into my sadness. And I didn't realize I was doing it, but I was. I was in my bed listening to sad music, or in the mornings I would play sad music. Even at work, I was playing sad music. I was doing everything that I possibly could to stay sad, because that's what felt good in the moment. And I was dwelling in this feeling that I was having, and it was really hurtful. I said a lot of things that I feel guilty for, and I'm sorry if I do get emotional, but and then a lot of things were said that I do, like I said, I feel guilty for, and I feel like that was something that was eating at me, because I'm just not that type of person. I always tried to end my relationships on a good note, especially if it was somebody that meant a lot to me. So it was just a situation that just had me in a bad place, and I realized that I kept on doing things to make me feel worse and worse, until I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, how long are you going to keep this up? How long are you going to keep on spinning the wheels on this issue when it is what it is and it already happened? So at that point, I was like, if I am doing all these things to things that I know don't make me happy. Staying at home all day and sleeping doesn't make me happy. I know that eating bad food, it's not bad food. I should never say bad food. There's no bad food. It's just unhealthy choices. So to me personally, making unhealthy choices because of the energy that it gives me, I know that eating unhealthy food doesn't make me happy, and I was doing it. It's whenever you are going through something, your immediate reaction is to make it worse. Our self-sabotage side is what else can I do to make me feel like shit? You already down bad. What else can we do to just make it worse? And it's kind of crazy that we do that to ourselves. We do that to ourselves, and we do it so often, you know? We need to learn how to be conscious of it when we are doing it. If you're doing something that is making you even if you're doing something that is making you feel worse and making you feel even more sad or making you feel bad in any way, then recognize it, because you're doing that to yourself. Ultimately, you have that power. What I realized is, if I'm doing all this stuff to make me feel sad, why don't I do everything possible to make me happy? To the opposite, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, why make myself dwell in this situation and like keep on punishing myself for something that is out of my control? Ultimately, like, this situation is out of my control, and there's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is, and we've both moved on. And I will always have love for this person, and I will always support them from afar. It just happened that way, and I can't do anything about it. I decided to stop beating myself up for it and move on, but I had to make that conscious choice. So then I switched it around. I was like, you know what? I am not really that type of person to do that either. Like do that kind of stuff where I'm just like in bed all day or like crying and stuff like that. But this, like, it just hit me really hard, because it wasn't just that situation. It was like that with a lot of other things that were happening in that specific time in my life. And my year kind of started off rough too. So I was kind of like spiraling a little bit, and then I pulled myself out of it, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, why do this to myself when I could do everything possible to just keep myself in a good space, a space of mind and peace, you know, and happiness, because I deserve it. I'm like, some things happen and they're out of your control. You should not punish yourself for them for life. Experience the feelings and everything, but this thing that we do to ourselves happens so often, so subtly. You do things to ruin your mood, to ruin your life, just in little ways that you just pick at yourself. And if you wouldn't do it to another person, do not do it to yourself, because it hurts and you're hurting yourself in the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, pull yourself out of whatever it is that you're going through and realize that you have that power. If you can do so much to keep yourself there, it's the same amount of strength that it'll take to get yourself out. It's the same thing. It's just switching the narrative, change the perspective. And, you know, it changes the entire thing. It changes the entire experience. So stop self-sabotaging. Just be more conscious of it. Like I said, it's not something that's just going to go away. Unfortunately, it's in every single one of us, and we do it unconsciously. We just have to catch it when it's happening, and then you can rewire and reprogram the decisions you make moving forward, so you can get new results and go through these phases a lot faster than what you would used to, and allow yourself to expand, to grow. So I was trying not to get emotional. I really, really did try. I swear to God, I almost cried. I also don't want to hide my emotions, because this is who I am and this is real. And like I said, I've been afraid to put myself out vulnerably for so long, and I'm done being afraid of the criticism and the feedback. I'm just going to be real, and I feel like that's what you guys really want, and that's what you guys deserve, is honesty, and for me to be real with you guys. So thank you so much for coming back to my channel, for subscribing and liking my videos, for continuing to support me. I love you guys very, very much. I will see you guys in the next video.